Hello students, welcome to Pathak's Computer Academy online classes. In the previous video, we learned about HTML tables. Today we will see HTML forms. So the contents we covered today, an introduction. After that, we talked about HTML form tag and their attributes. And at last, we learn various elements that can be incorporated in form tag. So let's start. So you all know that some websites take users' data and perform some thing for you. For example, if you are a new user in Facebook, then you have to sign up. So you have to click on the sign up button and go to the particular page where you enter some information regarding yourself, like your name, your contact number, mail ID, and other things. So these information related to the user, when he hit on the submit button, then these information are transferred to the particular server where your data are processed, and according to some technique, the authentication will reflect on your page whether you have successfully signed up or not. Other than this, whenever you applied for any job or any exam, then the particular information is to be asked by you. So in web page, how this can be done? This can be done with the help of forms, where various tools, various elements like text field, text box, buttons, through which user can put information, and after that, that information are transferred to the server for further processing. Okay. Here I have given the example. During user registration, you would like to collect information such as name, email address, credit card, etc. The backend application, known as server-side programming, will perform required processing on the passed data based on some business logic, whether these information are required for sign up or for some registration purposes or any other logic. So these server-side programming is not in the course of 10th class CBSE board. So I'm not going to teach you. This will discussed in further classes. We will talk about the page where you entered your information. So there are various form elements available, like I already talked about text field, drop down menu list, radio buttons, check boxes, and manual. So the basic syntax of form is look like this, starting with the form and ending with the closing tag of form. Between this, you have to put all the elements related to form. Other than this, there are some attributes for form, and two, the most important one are action and method. Action, as the name suggests, what is to be done whenever this form filled by the user. This have to be set by action attribute. Okay. And how data will passed from your computer to the server are defined by method. Okay. I will give you the real world example. Don't worry. So, attributes, action, as I already told you, backend script ready to process your past data. Okay. It can be through some scripting language like PHP, JavaScript, and many more. So, this is not in the part of your syllabus. Okay. Now, next one is method. Whenever we talked about action, we have to supply the value get or post in the attribute known as method. So what it means? This is a very much wide area to discuss, but right now I am giving you the differentiation between get and post. Whenever you supply value get in method attribute, all the data that you entered in the form are traveled without any encryption, and you can easily see the data on your address bar. But whenever you supply value post in method attribute, your data are encrypted and then transferred to the server. So I think now it's very clear idea about how much important the attribute method is. Next one is target. I already talked about in previous lectures. Okay. Whenever you want to display the result of your form, whether you want a new window, whether you want to show the result on the same page, then you have to supply a target attribute, and the value can be a blank, self, parent, and many more. So that's all about form element. Now I am going to show you with the practical approach. Okay. Here I have designed a basic form within HTML tag. I'm going to show you. Now here you can see that a form tag is used where I have asked your name and then given a text box. I will discuss it soon. Don't worry about that. Again, I am asking about your mail ID, and then again, I supplied a text box where you entered your mail ID. And at last, I have inserted a submit button through which your data are transferred to the server. But here, I am not talking about any server-side programming. So simply, I have created a new HTML file known as acknowledge ack.html, okay, where I have printed something. I'm going to show you what I have printed here. So here acknowledgement.html I already created. Here in the body section, I have simply written thank you for registering with us, because you have not to learn scripting language right now. You have to just idea about how to create a form in HTML file. So now I'm going to run my program by just double click on himfirst.html. So here you can see that himfirst.html file will be open. That will ask for two values, your name and then your mail ID. For example, I have written my name and then mail ID, and now I am going to click on submit button. So here you can see that in the address bar, here everything is shown you. In name, I have supplied the value Himanshu Pathak, and in mail, I have supplied the value him.786@gmail.com. Why? Because in method attribute, I have given the value get. Okay. And you seen that my next page is shown to you. Thank you for registering with us. Clear? Now, again, I am going to put value post. Okay. Now, let us see what will happen to you. I'm going to save that file. Now I'm going to refresh that page. Everything is okay. Now I'm going again, something value I am going to put here. Now I'm going to submit, click on submit button. Here you can see that the difference. There is nothing to show about what the data are supplied to the server. But when you given the value get in method attribute, everything is shown to the network. Okay. So for security purposes, a basic security technique is this, that you have to supply post in method attribute. Okay. Now move on to the elements, and first element is known as label. As the name suggests, label element is useful for screen reader users. Whenever you have to simply shown some information, what the value should be entered, then label element can be used. Here you can see that I have not entered any label. I have just written your name. But other than this, you can use a label element. So how? Here is the example. The for attribute of the label tag should be equal to the ID attribute of the input element to bind them together. What it means? It means what the description is given, and that description is for what input is to be attached, and that attachment can be done with the for attribute of label tag and ID attribute for the input element. So here you can see that you always see everywhere, whenever there is a radio button, in each radio button there will be a value. For example, gender. So one radio button is for male, one radio button is for female. So for that purposes, I have given label for is equal to HTML, and that HTML value should be matched with the ID attribute of the input. Okay, so that the matching can be done. Clear? Okay, or simply you have written just like me, I have done in previous notepad or HTML file. Now, the next, the most important one is input element. Why? Because of input element, you can create various things like password field, radio button, submit button, reset button, and many more to supply the value in the attribute known as type. Okay, here type. If type is equal to text, then text box will be appeared in your web page. If type is equal to something else, then that will be appeared in your web page. Clear? So it allows you to specify various types of user input fields depending on the type attribute, and name attribute is also considered to be given. Why? Because based on that name, server can identify each and every value given by the user. Okay. So first one, text field. Okay. So here I already discussed or give you the example in the previous section. What? You have to put input, then you have to supply text in type attribute. You have to apply name, and if there is a label that should be matched with the particular text, then the value should be matched. Username, UN, username, UN. Here, the attribute name is for, and here the attribute name is ID. Clear? Now, password field, as the name suggests, same like text field, where you have to put some values, but whatever the value you have typed or entered are masked with some special symbols based on your supportive web browser, either asterisk or hash or something else. Clear? I'm going to show you. Here, type is equal to text. Now I am going to put password. Okay, simply nothing else. Just save it. Now I am going to refresh my page. Now, here in Pathak, something went wrong. Okay, in your name, I have simply put text. Now I am going to put mail ID. Here you can see that every data is masked with some special symbol. Here is circular dotted. Okay. So like this, you can create a password. Now next one, radio button. As the name suggests, whenever you have to select only one value from a group of values, like gender, either you can be a male or female, or nowadays there's also one more value, that is transgender. Then radio button is useful. Okay, so how you put radio button? You have to very careful that all the values, whatever you put, the name should be same. Here the name should be same. Name attribute is equal to gender, name is equal to gender. If these values are different, then HTML will treat these radio button as individual one and this radio button as another radio button. Okay, and whatever the value you will put here, you have to given the value. Okay, clear? This value, whatever the male and female I have written here, is shown in your web page. Whether this value attribute is other thing. Clear? Now I am going to show you with example. I have taken BR tag for break line. Now input type is equal to, I'm going to paste it simply so that my work will be less. Control C, Control V. Now again, Control V. Now type is equal to what? Radio. Again here, it should be a radio. Name can be anything. For example, gender and gender. Now I have to put value. Either simply write down or with the help of label. Clear? But whenever you use label, then you have to supply for attribute in label and ID attribute in input to match the things. Clear? So right now I have simply write down male and Control S. Now I am going to refresh my page. Here you can see that in the next line, male and female is shown and nothing is selected. Now I am going to select one, male. If I have selected female, you will see that male will be deselected. Why? Because you can select only one value from the radio button. Now I'm going to click on it. So how it is possible? Because of the matching of the name. If name will be different, then something shown differently. Like you can select both the things. I'm going to show you. Let us check. Now here I have simply write down G. Save the file. Now I am going to refresh that page. Now I have to click male and then click female. Both are selected at once. Why? Because the naming of these two values are different. So HTML treated these two radio buttons are differently or individually. That's why you have able to select each of them. But now the purpose is gone. My purpose is to select any one of them. So name should be same. Clear? So move on further. Now check boxes. These sometimes you need to ask from the user that what are your hobbies. So hobbies can be more than one. So for this, to select more than one value from a group of values, you have to use checkboxes. Okay. So simply value checkbox is to be passed in type attribute. Name again, you have to put same sports, sports, sports. You cannot change, otherwise they treated differently. Okay, I have shown you in radio button already. Another thing is here that there is a value checked. You can supply a value checked if you want to select it by default. Sometimes there is an essential requirement, then that value is permanently selected. For that purposes, checked value can be passed. I'm going to show you. Don't worry about that. Again, I'm going to open my HTML file. Again, I'm going to copy that one for my easiness. Now, other than radio, I have to put what? Checkboxes. Okay. Check box. Now, name. For example, hobbies. Sorry. Hobbies. Now, what are the hobbies? For example, listening. Sorry, for example, simply I have put in music, watching TV, checkbox. Now again, checkbox. Hobbies is to be copied because name should be same. And value should be different. For example, playing cards, and for example, net surfing. I'm going to save that one. Now refresh my page. Here you can see that music, watching TV, net surfing, playing card is shown. Okay. So I can choose multi one. Here you can see that. Okay. Simply you can also select or deselect. Now I am asking about, by default something will be ticked. Okay. So how? That can be possible whenever you supplied a value checked. Okay. Here, music will by default checked. I am going to refresh my page. Here you can see that whenever my page will be loaded, music is already by default ticked. After that, if you don't want, then you can deselect it. No matter. Okay. So the solve for checkboxes. Now move on further. Now, file select box. Sometimes you have to put your image or your resume should be uploaded on the server. Then that file, that type of input is used. You have simply put value file, and after that you have to given an attribute known as accept, where you can define which type of data you can or your server can accept. Here I have given the data should be in image form, and that image can be of any type. Here I have given oblique star. That image can be .png, .jpeg, whatever, bitmap. Okay. So like that you can put. If you can upload anything, then you have to put asterisk here also. Clear? Asterisk dot asterisk. So name of the file, type of the file can be anything, and extension of the file can be anything. Clear? I'm going to show you. Now, what is to be done? I have to put input tag where I have to supply file value in type attribute, simply file. Now I have to give a name, for example, resume, and then accept what type of value you are going to accept. Like, for example, image oblique star, and type of value can be given. Clear? Now I'm going to save, refresh my page. Here you can see that choose file button is now created. And here you can see that no file chosen is by default written. Now I am going to click that file. Now, whatever I have given my own value here, photo underscore 70 kb.jpg is now uploaded after whenever I submit my button. Clear? So further Now I am going to move on. Text area. Sometimes you will see that the website asks something about your opinion, about your product, write some review. So that review can be of 1 line, 2 line, or many more lines. So for this, text area element can be used. Okay. Now I'm not talking about input element. I am talking about a new one that is known as text area. You have to put text area, and in that you have to supply at least two things. First one is rows, how many rows you want to given, and how many columns. Means in 1 line, how many letters can be written. So here I have given 5 rows, and by default value is 50 I have given. Okay. And whatever you want to give the idea, what you want in text area, then you can write here. Clear? This is also a very much simple one. Now I'm going to write down again. So what type of element is text area? It is different from this one. Type is equal to text. It will give you a single line text box. But with the help of text area, you can supply more than 1 rows. How? With the help of attribute rows is equal to 5. After that, columns is equal to, for example, 50. And again, by default, something named like I have put an opinion. Clear? So this is the opening braces. Please write your review here. Okay. And after that, I am now going to place a closing tag text area. Clear? Now I'm going to save and now refresh my web page. You will see a text area here. You can see that. Please write your review here. Now I can write anything. Hi, hello. Anything you can write down. Okay. Now, next one is select boxes. Again, there is a situation that a pre-filled data is given. For example, you have to select a city, and city value of city is already given. So with the help of drop down menu list, you can select a value of city. For example, you belongs to some place like Agra, Allahabad, or anything. Clear? So how it is to be achieved? With the help of select tag. And within select tag, you have to supply option tag for each value. Clear? You have to supply select, and between select tag, you have to supply option tag for each value. Here I have put maths and physics. Clear? Okay. So how? Let us see. Now, what is to be done? I have to put select tag, and again by default a name should be given. This is not mandatory, but convention should be followed. Okay, for example, city. Now closing select. Now between these I have to put various values. For example, with the help of which tag? Known as option tag. Option and the value. Value could be, for example, Allahabad. Now, nowadays it is known as Prayagraj. Closing option. Again, I'm going to copy that one, Control C, Control V, Control. Now, Agra and Kanpur. Okay. Now going to save that file. Now going to refresh my page. So here you can see that a drop down menu list is shown. Here Prayagraj, Agra, Kanpur value is shown. Whatever the value is to be put, the value can be shown in your drop down menu list. Clear? Now moving further, button controls. I already discussed one button that is known as submit button. The same thing is known as button also. So in type attribute, you have to supply button value like this, or submit button, reset button, image, whatever. Okay, and click on that button what you want to do. You have to put either, here I have chosen some application known as on click. If my button is clicked, then what is to be done? I have written a small scripting line with the help of some function, and that function is known as alert. An alert box will be appeared, and whatever the alerting message you have to give in, you want to put, you can write down. But the philosophy is same. You have to use input tag and input tag. In type attribute, you have to supply the value, either button, submit, reset, etc. Okay, now I am going to show you. In the same one, I already discussed what? Here, submit button. Now I am going to show you reset button. But by doing this, what will happen? Whatever the value you have put are turned off, and by default values is shown if either blank or something else, whatever you have given. So I have given the value. Now I'm going to save. Now I'm going to show you. For example, refresh. I'm going to refresh that page. I have put something, female, net surfing, any value. Okay, now I'm click on, sorry, something went wrong. Okay, type is equal to reset. Okay, now I'm going to delete that attribute. Type is equal to reset. Now, I'm going to refresh my page again. Something I have put mail, watching TV. Now going to reset. Here you can see that everything is now vanished out and your page is now on the previous state when you refresh your page. So like this, you can use values. Okay. For example, now again I am going to show you. I am going to give button. Okay. And name is equal to okay. And value is equal to okay. So okay will shown on your button. And what should be done? I have written some scripting, that is on click is equal to alert box will be appeared, and in alert something went wrong. Okay, I have just put something values. Now I'm going to save that file and refresh my page. Here, okay, is shown here. Now I am click on that, nothing will happen. Something is wrong on click because I have put nothing on click alert. Okay, I have to put in the inverted comma. Okay, here. Control S, single inverted comma, and in single inverted comma. Now going to refresh my page. Something not happening with my browser because maybe JavaScript is not supported. Again, I'm going to try here. Now, something went wrong. A dialog box will appear. Something went wrong. Okay. So what I have done, I have clicked on click functionality. I have put an alert box. Alert, something went wrong. Clear? So by doing this, you can do various button, submit and reset as soon as I have already covered these things. Okay. Now that's all for my side because there are a lot of things in HTML forms to talk about, but in your course, this is more than enough. In the next class, we will start Unit 2, embed multimedia. How would you insert multimedia like sound, music, videos in your web page? Thank you so much.